till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, so empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Feel like a dynamite, ready to explore right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul.
That's good. Alright, everybody. I know I haven't been speaking. It's time to speak and learn by speaking. Actually, I was just simply watching the class, like watching some of the videos. So I just chose not to speak and let me turn on the chats as well. This time I will be turning it on. Sorry for that. Excuse me that I haven't been speaking. And let's continue from here on. And now onwards, of course, I'm gonna be speaking. And for further coming 50 minutes, I'll be live more. And then this is how it will be ended. By the way, let me get some of the things done, then I'll continue from here on. And these things are great. Let's delete all these things from here. Alrighty, so this is the one. This is the first thing. Apart from this, just a sec. That's gonna be. I hope you guys are doing great and coding along the way. And I'm gonna be starting soon. Just give me a second so that I can organize the things well. So this thing is done, and apart from this particular thing, I have this one, and there are just simple ones. Yeah, that is right. So let's delete this particular thing from here. And once this is deleted, I have these three things. I will be simply getting them. Okay, what is the problem? Can't open this process container the file because being used by another process. Something is being used by another process or something. Okay, so what I got 4, but as for 3 and 2 I didn't get that. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's actually close this. Okay, there's nobody. Okay, there is somebody. And what else? It's being used by some other application, so I need to make sure that okay, I think that's being downloaded if I'm not wrong. Let me check this thing first of all. Yeah, well, unfortunately, don't I have good network connection? Okay, let's forget about the network connection. Yeah, it is good, but never mind. Let's continue from here. And first of all, let me open my notes, because today we have to go through OOPS, and we will be covering that. Let's see how much we can actually cover, and we will not leave that, because while going through notes we have reached OOPS section, right? So if we have reached there, we should just keep going ahead. We already have the notes, we have to go through the notes and all. So let's keep it on the right side and something like this, and let's continue from here on. And apart from this particular thing, let that thing be keep getting downloaded. Well, the speed is really slow, but I can't really do anything. Let that be. Let that thing go on like this. So here we are, everybody. I hope you guys are doing great, and this time we will be learning about OOPS in Python, object-oriented programming. So far we have covered these many topics. They are really great ones, and covering those topics we have reached the level that is called OOPS. Okay, so yesterday, especially if I talk about yesterday, so I learned about class over there. I learned about the attributes, and mainly there were two types of attributes. There were class attributes and there were instance attributes. And mostly when we talk about the attributes, so instance, they have the more priority. Okay, let's continue from here. Then we learned about self parameter. Self parameter, whenever we call any method on any instance, it is automatically sent. So this thing we need to keep in mind. Then we learned about static methods, because self is automatically sent, and you don't want self. At that time you can keep the method static, because if you don't keep the method static, you will have to specify self as a parameter. Okay, and then this is how you can create the methods. And lastly we learned about constructor. This is how you can create the constructor. Then we had some of the questions to solve. So what we'll be doing, first of all, we will be solving these questions. Once we have solved these questions, then we will be simply going ahead, as simple as that. So let's continue from here on. Let's try to solve the question. The first question is, write a class calculator capable of finding the square cube and the square of a root number. That's pretty easy peasy. The thing is that I have to write a calculator. So let's write a calculator class. So the class name is going to be calculator, something like this. This is the class name. what it should be capable of? Capable of finding the square, cube, in the square root. These things it has to find. That is interesting. So let's do it. First thing is that it has to return all those things or not. So first of all, I will be creating a function called a function called square. It will be actually calculating square, and I don't think things work this way. Yeah, I need the self parameter, and then it will actually take the input in. It will actually take the number as input, and once it got the number, at that time I will be just returning from here. So return square. So ultimately num multiplied by 2, something like that. I hope this works. And once this thing is done, the next thing is that I have to create another function or method that is going to return the cube of that. So cube square 2 multiplied by cube 2 multiplied by 3, so it should be okay. So let's create a function called for cube self, and self is automatically sent, so I need to specify it over here, and it will again take a number, and once it got a number, it will return num. I think it's gonna go on like this only. I'm not even sure whether it returns the right value or not. So let's do one thing, write Python over here, and then we'll check. First of all, I have 2 multiplied by 2, so I'm getting 4. 2 multiplied by 3, I'm getting it. So yeah, it returns the right value. So this thing is done. Let's continue from here on. Another one that we have to create, we have to get the square root of a number. Okay, so again I will be calculating the square root. So square root, and here again I will get self, I will get the number. Once I got both the things, at that time I have to return the square root. So there must be sqrt num dot, is there something called square root? Yes, sqrt, and then I provide num here. Will this work? It will not work. How can I get the square root of a number? Gotta search this thing. How to get a square root in Python. There must be a method, if I'm not wrong. Math.square root, that is the method. Sorry for that. So let's go ahead. Math.square root I wanna get. Square root I wanna get. And again, where will I get the math from? Should it be capital or what? Math. No. Dot sqrt num. Okay, as for this math thing, let's make it in small letters. Is it okay? It's not okay. Let's get that file back. Python square root. I will have to import math. Got that? So let's import math first of all. Import math, and then I will be using math over here, and I'm simply returning the square root. I think I will have functions for square as well. So let me search this thing, Python math functions, and let's go through. Let's have a look at those Python math functions of the math module. So we have okay, we don't need this. We are going to use shell, and we are going to be using math.log. Power is going to be used, and returns the value of x to the power of y. Okay, so power is going to be used, and square root is going to be used. So even either I can do it directly over here, or there's another way. I can actually return the math.power function, and it will take 2 values if I'm not wrong. X is gonna be the number, and y is gonna be just 2, and I will be checking both these things whether they return the right value or not. So first of all, let's comment this thing. Okay, come on. And the second, same thing should happen over here. So I can return this one too. So math.power of number multiply and thrice. Ultimately I wanna get the cube, so I'm giving it 3. As simple as that. And these are the methods that we have. We don't really need them. Math.py we have, math.none we have, math.inf, and etc. When the right time comes, we will be knowing about all of them. So this thing is done. Ultimately we have created that. So let's create the calculator. Calculator is gonna be calculator class itself. And once this thing is done, then I will call c dot what. I'll even have to print them. So instead of returning, I'm directly going to print them, and printing is going to be a better thing. Why? Because in that way I will be able to get both the things at the same time, like both the response at the same time, and it will be something like this. Similarly over here, and let's remove this particular part from here. Let's write print over here and end, and I will be just closing it with the bracket, and lastly I am getting the square root. Well, let's call it. So c dot I have cube, so let's get the cube of it. So I will be providing 2, I wanna get the cube. C dot square root square, I will be providing 2, and c dot square root, let's get the square root of 4 square root, I will be getting the square root of 4, or let's provide 4 everywhere. So I'm providing the input 4, and let's run this Python program and see what happens. So python.py over here. First of all, when I am getting the what I'm getting, first of all I'm getting the cube. When I'm getting the cube, the first value actually gives me 64 and 64, because, and one more thing, when I'm calling when I'm using math module, then I'm getting 64.0, that means I'm getting the data in a float format. And when I directly directly try to calculate the cube, ultimately over here, sorry, I was talking about the cube, so here I get the data in the float format, so the return is gonna be float over here, and the return is gonna be int over here. So this is the main difference between them, and same is going to be here when I'm calculating the square root, and ultimately when I'm calculating square, so the result of math module is gonna be float, and the result of this particular method is gonna be that's going to be just int. So we have to keep this particular thing in mind. And so first of all I'm calculating this, and then I'm calculating this, and this is how I'm going ahead. One more thing, first of all, what is happening, I'm getting the cube. Once I got the cube, I'm getting the square of 4 is going to be, for 4 is 16, so this is the square I got. What about the square root? For square root I actually need to print it, so let's print it right now, and let's click end, and this should be all right. Let's do it again, and this time I'm getting the square root of 4, that is 2. So ultimately whenever you are going to use math module, all the return values, they will be in float, always. That will happen forever. So this is the thing. What is the next thing? First of all, we have done this thing. Let's remove this particular part from here. Second, create a class with a class attribute A. Create an object from it and set directly using object A is equal to 0. Does this change the class attribute? Well, something that we have to again read properly. Okay, let's try this thing out. What I'm doing, one more thing. Okay, create a class with a class attribute A. So I will be creating class, suppose its name is my class, and A is the attribute, but the thing is that I can't really keep the attribute like this, or I can't, can I make private attributes like this? Well, it's not possible. It happens in Java, it happens in Java as well, it happens in JavaScript, it happens in C++, but I haven't seen it happening like we can directly write private over here. So there would be another method, another way to do that thing. So first of all, let's create an object from it with the class create a class with class attribute A, create an object from it and set directly using A is equal to 0. Got that? Does this change the class attribute? Okay, I have A over here. Will this okay? Is this okay? A is not defined, so how can I define an attribute in a class? How can I define an attribute in a Python class? So over here we will be using this. We will not take the help of AI. We will try to avoid it. This is how we do it. Great. Directly, without providing it any values, this in any way possible? I knew that way, but I wanted to create that, but I didn't want to provide it any value. I think it does not happen. We will have to provide the value. It happens in TypeScript mainly because you can provide the type over there, and mainly most of the time you just provide the type. but it doesn't happen here. That's all right. So let's provide give the value to it. Suppose let's make it none. We also have this option, and then m is gonna be my class, and I will try to change the value of a, and that's gonna be suppose 5, and I'm gonna be uh, printing the value of m dot a, and let's see whether it actually works. So this was the question for us, right? And if I try to get the result, yeah, we are getting the result. That means it works. Great job. Anything else that we can learn from here? Sample this is the function that is created. It is simply increasing the count, and when I'm calling sample class, and when I can increase, it increases, and then I have s2. I am calling increase s2 dot count 1 2 2. What does this mean? I created a, there is count called 0. Got that? There is a function that is increasing. Then what is happening that when I created the instantiated the class, I got the instance of that, and on that object I'm calling the method, and I'm printing the value. First value is 1. By default the value is going to be 1. That is right. Then the second time I'm doing the same thing. What I'm doing, sample dot class name, I'm creating another instance of that, and then I'm calling that, and then I'm getting s2 dot count. This time count is actually 2, because we have increased it from 1 to 2. Okay, and then lastly print sample class dot count, that is 2. The thing is that if there is a class, and if you are creating many instances of it, and you are changing the value, the value will have an effect. For example, let's create even this. Let's create a class sample, or first first. Suppose I have this, even this name is not good. The class name should be in capital. At least they should start with a capital letter. So this is the first class that I have, and inside this class suppose I have value, and the value is 0, and I will have a method that will be called increase. Simple, just the way it's been mentioned there, and I will be doing nothing but simply increasing the value of a by 1. That is a simple thing. What is the next thing? I will have just only that. Then let's create a new instance of the class. Once the instance is created, I'm saying f dot increase, as simple as that, and then I'm printing the value. When I print the value of course f dot a, at that time I should be getting 1 for sure. By the way, this method does not exist over here, I'm sorry for that. Then something like this exists. Okay, let's check. Does this not exist, or can't access local variable? Okay, ultimately that does exist. The thing is that there should be self dot a. Okay, let's continue now. And if I run this thing again, so I'm getting 1, and if I run it again, what will happen? I'm getting 1 every time. That's great. Then I'm going to create the new instance also. if dot first, I'm creating the new instance, and that can be called maybe s, and this is the first class that I have. I'm creating the new instance of that, and I'm calling the same method over here, and I'm printing it over here, and I'm printing I'm actually printing s dot a, and this should actually be s, something like this. And the thing is that it will have an effect over here. So I will, okay, I'm getting, wow, what was happening here? s2 dot count. I'm getting the same class, I'm calling it s, it's s1 here. Why is it? Copy it and paste it over here. What is the problem with this? First of all, let's remove this particular thing. It does not need to start with the capital letter. That is good. Let's run it, and I'm getting 1 to 2. Why am I getting 1 to 2? Okay, let's remove this particular thing. Even word is in crazy right now. I'll have to fix it. Everything looks crazy. So this is going to be sample class. This should rather be like this. Then sample class dot count. Interesting. So the thing is that I'm calling sample class dot count. only then. If I were calling self.count, I would not be getting that. Interesting. I know the reason behind it, because self means the instance, that self references to the instance. Self does not reference to the class. That is why the value I will get, that is 112. Let's check this. 111, I think 110. Yeah, 110, sorry for that. So when I use self over here, self references to the instance. So this self belongs to this particular instance that I have created, and when I call this method, so that particular self belongs to this particular instance. But if I use class over here, ultimately the sample class name, so this sample class is this class. So whenever I'm calling this, the attribute of the class is being changed. So there are two types of attributes. There are class attributes and there are instance attributes. So right now I'm actually changing the value of the class attribute. So ultimately, okay, here even this is mentioned over here. So this is how we can change the value of class attributes, and this is how we can change the value of where is that instance attribute we are discussing here. And if we have a class like this, we have a constructor, we are getting the values x, y, z and 4000. By the way, they are being set by default. I have a method called self and a method called show, and it simply shows the values. Ultimately, when I'm calling self.name and self.salary, I'm not using the name of the class. They are the instance attribute, because self refers to the instance. But if I directly use the class name, that will refer to the class itself. Let's remove all these things from here. Great job. Let's continue. So this problem we have solved, by the way. No, we haven't solved it here. Sorry. What was the problem earlier? Okay, we were here. What did we have to do? Create a class attribute A, create an object from it. Created. Next. Okay, that's great. Create a class with a class attribute. This is going to be the class attribute. Create an object from it and set a directly using object 0. Does this change the class attribute? Yes, it can change the class attribute. Can it change it? Yeah, it can change it. Yeah. Okay. Add a static method in problem. Come on, this is not over yet. Add a static method in problem 2 to greet the user with hello. That's easy peasy. Let's remove. I write a class train. This is gonna be interesting. Okay, I have to write a class train which has methods to book a ticket, get a status, number of seats, and get fare information of train running under Indian Railways. Great. Interesting. First of all, let's go step by step, and that is I have to create a class train. So let's name the class train over here. First of all, this no, not like this, rather like this. What is the next? Train which has methods to book a ticket. Okay, with its methods to book a ticket, get status. So ultimately I can say def book ticket and something like this, pass. And the next thing is that get status. So def get status. Easy peasy. I mean, things are not that much hard. Status, but the thing is that you need to be consistent. And one more thing, I need to pass self, or I need to make them static. So let's pass self over here. Otherwise I will be getting at the end of the day error. Let's pass it. And then status, number of seats, ultimately, that's right. And get a fare information. So def fare info. Again, it will take self as the parameter, and again pass. Okay, this thing is ready. Train running under Indian Railways. Okay, so book a ticket. I can book the ticket. So is ticket booked? That's gonna be false by default. Anything else? And get status, I can get the status. Fare is going to be, let's keep it 400 or something, 300, and that is it. Okay, so book status. So whenever I book ticket, at that time I have to self dot, it should be related to that particular self, or what? Yeah, self dot is ticket booked, that's gonna be true. And over here get status, so even before that fare info, ultimately I will be sending both, so I will be returning over here. Or do one thing, let's not return anything because I will have to do more coding for that. Get status means f string, and that's gonna be your the fare. Get status once you book it, right? Your train has been booked, but over here if is equal to is ticket booked, self dot is ticket booked. In that case there is no ternary operator. What can I do? I think it doesn't work in Python this way. I'm not gonna make it, so I can do this thing. It's also not gonna work, so let's do this thing now. Your train has been booked. I wanted to just use some kind of ternary operator over here, just the way we do it in Python, JavaScript, but that wasn't possible. So if is a ticket self dot is ticket booked, in that case I have to print this. In else case I have to print something else. Your ticket hasn't been booked. And the next thing, fare info, print the fare of the train is self dot fare. Done. Let's try it. So T stands for train. I'm creating this particular method. What is the next step? I wanna check the status, so get a status, right? Your train hasn't been booked. That's great. Let's book the train. So g dot first of all I wanna check the price, fare. So get fare info. What is the fare? So the train of the fare is 300. What is the next thing? Let's book it. So get a book ticket. I'm booking the ticket. The fare of the well, this is really easy peasy thing. Sorry, I'm not adding many things, but overall idea you get it. T dot get status. Now your train has been booked. So once you book the ticket, the train is booked. You can add many functionalities. You can add you can send money from here, and then you can check whether you actually are getting the money or not. Whether the money is let's do it. Book ticket, and I will enter 300 over here. Forget about this. It's easy peasy. You have to just do some calculation and that's it. So this thing is also done. And calculation in the sense you can check the money. Like first of all you can send the money as arguments. Then once you get the money, you can check whether the money is equal or not. If money is less, you can just send a message, return a message like your money is less. And if it is more, you can just return the money back and something like that. By the way, of course you can't really pay more. There's no option like that. Can you change the self parameter inside the class something else? Say Harry and try. Yeah, it should work. I think so. If it is like that if I change the parameter like anything, yes, will it work? I think so. It should work. Let's see. When I'm booking ticket, let's see whether it's going to work or not. And guess what? It worked. So it does work. Self means any first parameter you have, that will be self. Doesn't matter what you name that is going to be self itself. The next parameters are the arguments that you are actually sending after self, but the self is always there by default. So let's remove this particular part as well. So we have done it. Let's talk about inheritance and more on OOPS. So we are talking about inheritance, pretty much easy. This topic is also easy. Inheritance is a way of creating new class from an existing class. That means you will inherit all the properties, you will get all the properties. The way you get all the property of your father, the same way you will get the properties here. By the way, let's continue. So the first thing is that this is how we can create the class. We can create the, this is how class programmer derived or child class. I thought I will be using extend over here. I'm not going to class programmer employee, that is it. Oh my god, I thought I will be using extend. I'm not sure. Let's see. First of all, I have an employee class. Okay, this is the class I have and pass. Then I have second class. Suppose class programmer. Can I have extend over here? Well, there's nothing like that. I do not have extends in Python. So it's going to be employee like this. Again, every language has its own way to just extend the things. This is how we extend the things in Python, in JavaScript, even in C++ and Java, JavaScript, TypeScript, we use extend. It does not happen here for extending. And we use there's another thing for just getting the structure of that. I forgot the name of that. Extend and interface. So yeah, there is something called interface as well, just for creating the interface. But never mind. We can use the methods and attributes of employee in the programmer object. Also, we can overwrite and add new attributes and methods in the programmer class. That is absolutely right. Let's remove it. The thing is that once you learn OOPS in one language, learning the same thing in another language gets really easy. Type of inheritance: single inheritance, multiple inheritance, multi-level inheritance. Okay, single inheritance means it will inherit one. Multiple inheritance means it will inherit many. And multi-level inheritance, the class it will be inheriting. It will the class itself will be inheriting some other class. I hope so. Single inheritance occurs when a child class inherits only a single class parent. Simple. Base to derived, that is great. Then multiple inheritance occurs when the child class inherits from more than one parent. Ultimately, there are many parents. It is simply inheriting many things. Ultimately, it is extending. I'm in the habit of calling it extending, but okay, inherits the property. So that is also great. And let's make it like this. Control X. Let's keep it here. I don't want to have lots of text on my notes. Because if I want to revise them in future, there should be less. Multiple, got it. For multiple, let's keep it here. Bad. Never mind, let's keep it here. Multiple is going to be here. And multi-level inheritance. Parent, there is a parent. There is a parent 2. So parent 2 is inheriting parent 1, and then child is inheriting parent 2. So parent 2 is going to have the properties of parent 1, and child is going to have the properties of parent 1 as well as parent 2. Easy peasy. When a child class becomes a parent, like your child. So if you are watching this video, your child will be inheriting the properties of your as well as your father's. That is called multi-level inheritance. Same applies to me. My child will be inheriting the properties of mine as well as my father. So that is called multi-level inheritance. The way I'm inheriting the property of my father as well as my grandfather. Okay, let's continue from here on. Super method. Okay, if you wanna suppose classes, they have constructors. So multiple classes, munstack where? Munstack, Rohit brother. Munstack, I go through that in the morning. So in the morning till 12 or something, I learn Munstack, and I work on Xclide project. After that, I learn a little bit about DevOps and all. Then in the evening, Python. Some slow. I mean, a little trying to learn. Okay, they are kind of connected. So trying to learn 3 things right now. Munstack is kind of done, so I just need to work on projects. Mainly I'm learning DevOps right now. I don't need to worry about too much about Munstack because I'm able to make the projects at least right now. And yeah, Python learning. Super method is used to access the methods of a super class in the derived class. Really important. You will be calling the constructor of the parent class inside the child class. Done. And this is how we call it. Super.init calls constructor of the base class. Class methods. A class method is a method which is bound to the class and not to the object class. Not to the object of the class. Yeah, that's right. There can be two types of classes. There can be class methods, there can be instance method. Class methods are going to be bound to the class instance method. By the way, I reached Bangalore finally. Whoa, congratulations. Good to know that. It's time to get busy doing the job. I hope you are gonna do great job and doing great job, and you are gonna get lots, at least some time to just give to your own stuff, because I know you have lots of things to do. I mean, in the study section. I hope you are gonna be getting the chance to do that. Oh, a class is a method which is bound to the class and not to the object. Got that? A class methods. At that class method decorator is used to create this method. That is amazing. This is the decorator. I need it. And then def cls1 part 1. Okay, got that. And then def change salary self. Okay, self class salary. Oh, lovely. Dunder class. Something new I'm getting. Okay, let's see this. First of all, I'm creating a function over here. Def change salary self and salary. Then self dot class dot salary. So that is called dunder class. Okay, is equal to salary. What will happen then? I don't know. Let's try this thing out. I myself wrote it, but I forgotten it. What a great thing. Change salary self and sal. Even I wanna check one thing, because let's do one thing. Self dot class dot salary, and that's gonna be equals to sal that I will be providing. What will happen? So ultimately, so if I called C is equal to change salary, if I'm calling it, I'm providing it the value, then C will have a property called salary. No, C will have class property called salary. No, but print C. Missing one required position argument cell. It's going to take a class. Is that so? Self. It needs self, but there is no self, because self exists in classes, not in functions. Then in that case, what? In that case, provides the class. And when you provide the class, then let's do it. Just a guess, but I hope. What? Class. That can be employee. I think the same thing I'm doing over here, right? Class employee property self dot. No, I'm not doing the same thing. Not really. Class employee. Let's have salary over here. That's gonna be 300. And then what I'm doing, when I'm calling this change salary function, I'm actually before that I need to call the class itself. So E is equal to employee. I'm not sure what I'm doing that is right or wrong, so I'm just guessing over here. E, and I will provide the salary, and this time suppose the salary is going to be 500 or something, and then I wanna call C dot print C dot salary. Come on, yeah. E dot salary, but I wanna print it, so print E dot salary. Let's see. 500. Yay, hooray. What is happening over here? That this particular what is this thing called? This particular function takes self, but function do not have self. That means I have to pass the self. What has self? Only classes have self, and mainly self references to the instance. So I created a class. I instantiated the class. I got the instance object of that. Once I got the instance object, I'm passing that instance object. So I'm getting the self, but self of the class instance, and I'm getting the salary, and this dunder class that I'm using to change the value of the class. So self dot dunder method I'm using, because simply I'm telling that self dot class, that means this particular thing belongs to class, get it from there and change the value of that. I hope something like that. मोबाइल में वेबसाइट बना सकते हैं क्या? बहुत 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 हार्ड होगा, सीरियसली. सिंपल आंसर नो. अनटिल अनलेस आप बहुत टेकी हो, आप मोबाइल का 100% यूज कर रहे हो, तो ऐसा नहीं कि आप बना नहीं सकते. आप अगेन वेबसाइट छोड़ो, थोड़े बहुत प्रोग्राम बना सकते हो जिनको आप रन कर सकते हो, बट जहाँ तक सीखने की बारी आ जाती है तो वहाँ पर लैपटॉप होना ज़रूरी है. चाहे सेकंड हैंड ले लो, कंप्यूटर ले लो, लैपटॉप ले लो, बट बेहतर रहेगा अगर आपके पास मशीन हो तो. ओके, बाय द वे दिस थिंग इज डन. लेट्स कंटिन्यू फ्रॉम हियर ऑन. Decorators. So we have learnt about this amazing thing. First of all, we learnt about class methods. So let's create the class methods as well. If you want to create the class methods, there should be @class. Okay, and the good thing is that I have everything over here. So I have the example over here. So let's go through the definition and then I will be going through it all. So decorators, property decorator. So I have a class @property name self return self dot e name. What does this work do? If e dot e employee is an object of the class employee, we can print e dot name to print the name or call name function. We can print the function itself. Is that so? Then we have setters and getters. The method name with the @property decorator is called the getter method. So whenever we are using @+ any property, and mainly @name dot setter @property. Okay, so when I'm using @property, that is called getter method. Okay, and when I'm using @name dot setter, and that is called setter method. So it has its own way to just get the things done. And the good thing is here, so let's copy the whole thing over here. And oh, come on yaar. What I'm doing over here, interesting, really interesting actually stuff. First of all, I have an employee class. Then I have a company name Bharat Gas. I have a salary like 5,600. I have salary bonus is 400. By the way, total salary I will be uncommenting it soon. What I'm doing, first of all, I have a property, that means this is the getter function, and I have a total salary dot setter, that means this is the setter function. So there are two types of functions we have. First one is setter, second one is getter. Setter used to set the property, set the value. Getter is going to get that. So if I talk about this getter one, so what I'm getting, I have total salary, I'm getting the self here by default. What I'm doing that, self dot salary plus self dot salary bonus, get the salary, get the bonus, add them, return me. Ultimately this is what the setter function getter function does. Let's talk about setter function. So what I'm doing that, self dot salary bonus, where is salary bonus, this is the salary bonus, well minus self dot salary. What is the salary bonus? Total salary. Okay, interesting. Salary bonus, that is value. Where am I getting this value from? Okay, it needs a value, total salary. So what it does, total salary dot setter, so it sets the total salary or something. This is something I'm not getting. Okay, let's see, value and self dot salary. So it simply sets the salary bonus. Got that. What is the value? This value is the total salary if I'm not wrong. So add the total salary setter. I'm not even sure about this particular thing. That means I need to know more about Python. I have something called total salary. I have this self and self dot salary bonus. Okay, I'm setting that. I'm getting this value and I'm subtracting self dot salary from here. Let's see. So I have employee class. Okay, print dot e dot total salary. Total salary. Let's uncomment this particular part as well. So total salary is going to be 6100. 56 plus 4 6100. No, 60 plus bonus 100 rupees. Do we have bonus? No, we don't have. So let's run now. Print e dot total salary, then in e dot total salary 5800. Print e dot salary. Okay, we have got overall idea. So what we are doing, first of all we are printing the total salary, that is 6000 rupees, that is for sure, because total salary that is being total salary, by the way salary is 5600, bonus is 400, they are being calculated, and this is how I'm getting. So when I get e dot total salary, at that time this getter function I'm getting it from here also, because I'm just calling e dot total salary, but okay, e dot total salary, that means I'm calling this function, but there is a problem. As this is the getter function, I do not need to call it like this, or do I need to call it like that? Yeah, that's problem. So no need to use parentheses over here, just directly call that and it will give you the value. Second thing, e dot total salary is equal to 5800. I'm setting the value from my own side, 5800, that is good. Once I have set the value, I'm getting the salary. For setting the value, when I'm actually setting the value, e dot total salary, okay, so when I write just total salary, so I will get the info when I just set the value over here, so this will be triggered. So when I'm just simply getting the value, this will be triggered. When I'm just setting the value over here, this will be triggered, and this is how we are going ahead. When I'm setting the value 5800, and then when I'm getting oh hi, how are you, when I'm getting e dot salary, e dot salary means what? At that time I got the value. Once I got the value, so value minus salary, that was already there, so I will get the bonus. Yes, so whenever I want to get the bonus, I will call this particular thing, that is good. So 5800, bonus was salary was 56, the bonus is going to be 200, and that is what I was getting, if I'm not wrong. So 56,000, and then 5600, and then 200. So salary bonus is 200, salary is going to be 5600. Salary is going to be 5600. E dot salary, that is 5600 by default, so I don't need to worry about that. Hi, hello Aryan, how are you? Jay Bhardwaj, welcome back, glad to know that. So ultimately these are the things that I have learned, but the good thing is that here the part 2 will be starting, and I will be getting proper definitions of the things, so it's going to be easy to remember the things. So that is why I'm not worried, even if I'm getting overall idea of Python, that's all right. I have other content to just go through. And then operator, this thing we have gone through. Then operator overloading, oh lovely. Do not ask me how I'm going through this. I think class thing went a little over my head, not the basic class like I know about inheritance and all, but these special methods, they are going a little above over my head. Okay, operator overloading in Python. Operators in Python can be overloaded using dunder methods. Okay, that's what Aryan भी मैं जय भारद्वाज, आर्यन भी तुम भी हो. Okay, आर्यन भारद्वाज, really? Wow, सही है भाई, ये बढ़िया है. Okay, two name one person. Operators in Python can be overloaded using dunder methods. I just learned about dunder methods. So why they are used for? Dunder methods are mainly used for setting the properties. Yeah, of course they will set the property. Let's go read more. These methods are called when a given operator is used on the objects. When a given operator is used on the objects, like I was using on the class instance. Great, good to know that. Okay, operators in Python can be overloaded using the following methods. Let's do one thing. Let's remove this thing. P1 plus P2 is equal to P1 add P2. Phone or laptop? Phone or I think आपने पूछा था मोबाइल, नहीं, फोन और लैपटॉप मतलब क्या, नहीं समझा मैं. P1 plus P2 is equal to P1 dot add P2, and this, then this, then this, then this. Other dunder magic methods in Python. Well, this is something okay, I had a look at, but I actually need proper examples to understand this stuff. Other dunder magic methods in dunder magic methods. Wow, str or length used to set the what gets displayed upon calling length or length object. Okay, used to set what gets displayed on calling string and object. मुझे भी पाइथन पढ़ना है ओके पढ़ना है, बिल्कुल पढ़ना शुरू करो सर, क्यों नहीं, एज सुन एज पॉसिबल, whenever you wake up it's morning, it's never too late to start again. डन, दोनों से सीख रहा था, दोनों से Your conscious and subconscious mind, both of them started working separately. Now you are using two mobiles to watch the video and learn Python. Let's continue from here on. Something interesting. Create a create a CD2D vector. What is this? Create a class C2D vector and use it to create another class representing 3D vector. So 2D vector कहाँ से means कहाँ से, मैं कहाँ से, इसी गोले से हूँ, धरती से. Sorry, मध्य प्रदेश से. Create a class of pets from animals and further create a dog from pets. Add method bark to. अरे ये सब तो आसान है. Create a class employee and ये वाला तो आसान लगा, ऊपर वाला क्या? Yes, okay. Create a class 2D vector and use it to create another class representing 3D vector. तो अगर 2D vector तो x y तो होगा ही, 3D vector में मैं z अलग से ला दूंगा, तो 2D vector x y प्रॉपर्टी इनहेरिट हो जाएंगी, z अलग से क्रिएट करना पड़ेगा एंड दैट डन. आई होप यू गॉट इट. ये तो ठीक ही है. क्रिएट अ क्लास एम्प्लॉई एंड ऐड सैलरी एंड इंक्रीमेंट प्रॉपर्टीज. अरे नहीं, मतलब क्या, इंक्रीमेंट प्रॉपर्टीज टू इट. राइट अ मेथड सैलरी आफ्टर इंक्रीमेंट with this decorator with the setter which changes the value of increment based on the salary. Well, ये दोनों तो ठीक थे, but ये ठीक नहीं है. So I will not be solving it right now because I don't know about these things well. So if something's easy, okay, that's going to be solved. Write a complex representation of the numbers along with this at what the hell? Write a class complex to represent a complex numbers along with overload operators plus this adds multiplication. Okay, write a class vector representing a vector of n dimensions overload plus this which calculates the sum. Okay, ultimately I need to learn more about Python. कहाँ से पढ़े. अरे YouTube पे बहुत सारे रिसोर्सेज हैं Python पढ़ने के लिए. कोड विद हैरी, गो विद हिम. इवन कोड विद हैरी की एक PDF है, वो प्रोवाइड कराते हैं, कोड विद हैरी. बहुत पढ़ने के लिए अगर आप तैयार हो जाओ ना तो बहुत सारे सोर्स मिल जाएंगे. एक बार फिर दिमाग खुल लग रहा है, ये भी यहाँ से भी आ सकता है, बट नेवर माइंड. अगर आप इसके ऊपर डाउनलोड नोट्स पे क्लिक करोगे तो आप यहाँ पे आ जाओगे, पाइथन के ऊपर क्लिक करोगे. खैर अगर आई वांट टू कंटिन्यू विदाउट पेइंग सपोर्ट पे करोगे तो आपके पास ये प्रॉपर नोट्स मिल जाएंगे एक्चुअली. एंड दिस इज, मैंने इसे तो पढ़ा नहीं, ये एग्जैक्टली मेरे नोट्स के जैसी है. खैर इसमें मेरा कोई भी कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशन नहीं है, ये सारी की सारी चीज़ें प्रोवाइड की गई हैं कोड विद हैरी के द्वारा. खैर उनकी वेबसाइट पे प्रोवाइडेड है तो आप समझ सकते हो. यहाँ पर अगर मैं सीख रहा था क्लास के बारे में, इनहेरिटेंस क्लास के बारे में, ये सारा का सारा मैं सीख रहा था. इसी सेम मेरी नोट्स भी है. सो जब मैंने नोट्स बनाया था ना, इन्हीं की वेबसाइट से बनाया था. इट्स लाइक दैट. एंड दीज आर द थिंग्स एंड दीज आर द थिंग्स दैट आई हैव ओवर हियर. देन इट इज़ लाइक रिविजन नोट. सो इफ़ यू द सेम थिंग्स आई हैव इन माई नोट्स, देयर इज नथिंग डिफरेंस in my notes and in here over here. So this is the thing, advanced Python. Okay, then here we are gonna be learning advanced Python. Wow, hooray. Advanced Python. Advanced Python 2. I hope there is no Jarvis wise text. Mega project. Okay. Auto reply chatbot. Okay, what are these actually? This design automated workflow. This. Okay, got that. Okay, ultimately you can go through this. It's helpful only when you know it Python already. By the way, you will not be able to get the advanced concept, but you will be able to get the normal concepts easily. If you already know Python, it's gonna be great to revise. We are going to write a program that generates a random number and asks user to guess. If the player guess is higher than the actual number, the program displays lower number, then please similarly blah blah blah. Then this. Okay, this is gonna be the last problem of today's class live. We are going to make this game. let's make this game and then end the class. Simple. Okay, and let's try this thing. What is that? We are going to write a program that generates a random number and asks the user to guess it. Simple. First of all, we have to generate a random number. How random number is generated? For generating a random number, import random module. Once you have random module, so a random number is random number is going to be random module dot rand int, and then it will be taking initial value and it will be taking the last value. Project overview, a web based application for managing employee records, attendance, department, salary structure, user using MVC after key requirements, admin login and इंटरेस्टिंग थिंग दिया भाई आपने. इसको देखते हैं जो आपने भेजा अभी. ये तो गड़बड़ हो गया, इधर नहीं ले सकते. क्योंकि मुझे पूरा टेक्स्ट नहीं मिला तो रिमेनिंग टेक्स्ट आप दोबारा भेज सकते हो. ओके ये भैया पूरा टेक्स्ट नहीं मिला, सॉरी. प्रोजेक्ट ओवरव्यू सिंपल है, मजा आएगा वैसे इसको पढ़ने में. अ वेब बेस्ड एप्लीकेशन फॉर मैनेजिंग एम्प्लॉय रिकॉर्ड्स, ग्रेट. अटेंडेंस, डिपार्टमेंट्स, सैलरी स्ट्रक्चर, यूजर रोल्स यूजिंग MVC आर्किटेक्चर, की रिक्वायरमेंट्स, एडमिन लॉगिन एंड रोल. पूरा एक ही बार में नहीं जा रहा, या दैट इज़ राइट. यूट्यूब में ऐसा होता है. एक काम करता हूँ इसके लिए, मैं हमेशा करता हूँ. अगर आप अभी लाइव हो, लाइक इस पे आप भेज सकते हो. मैं लिंक भेज रहा हूँ ओवर हियर. खैर इसमें तो व्हाट्सएप की लिंक है, इसको हटाते हैं अभी के लिए. इसकी मैं लिंक शेयर करता हूँ, यहाँ पर आप पेस्ट कर सकते हो जो मुझे मिल जाएगी. एडिटर खैर एडिट कर सकते हो आप, अगर आप पूरा भेजना चाहते हो. इन दैट केस चलो इसको पढ़ते हैं. अब वेब बेस्ड एप्लीकेशन फॉर मैनेजिंग एम्प्लॉय रिकॉर्ड्स, ठीक है. अटेंडेंस करना है एम्प्लॉय की, डेली आते हैं कि नहीं आते, किस डिपार्टमेंट से हैं, डिपार्टमेंट अलग अलग होते हैं, सैलरी क्या है. तो ये सारा का सारा तो एक एम्प्लॉय वाले मॉडल के अंदर आ जाएगा कि भैया वो डेली आते हैं कि नहीं आते हैं. या तो अटेंडेंस अलग से भी रख सकते हो, उसकी स्कीम अलग से बना सकते हैं. डिपार्टमेंट क्या उन्हीं की उसमें आएगी. सैलरी स्ट्रक्चर ठीक है उन्हीं के अंदर आ जाएगा. खैर अगर सैलरी स्ट्रक्चर का अलग से भी बनाना चाहते हो, अगर इस डिपार्टमेंट का है तो ऐसे तो भी हो जाएगा. यूज़र रोल्स MVC यूजिंग, ठीक है. की रिक्वायरमेंट्स, एडमिन लॉगिन एंड रोल ऑथेंटिकेशन, मतलब दूसरे लोग भी एडमिन लॉगिन करेगा तो उसे कुछ अलग दिखेगा, डैशबोर्ड अलग दिखेगा एंड ऑल. रोल अगर यूजर अगर ऐड कर रहे हैं तो उन्हें कुछ अलग चीज़ें दिखनी चाहिए. सिंपल है. देन लॉगिन पेज, डैशबोर्ड विद कार्ड्स, ठीक है चार्ट्स, एम्प्लॉय लिस्ट पेज विद पैजिनेशन. हाँ पैजिनेशन इज समथिंग जो मुझे अभी थोड़ा डर लगता है. मतलब ज़्यादा किया नहीं पैजिनेशन, मतलब इतना हार्ड टॉपिक है नहीं, वो तो AI की हेल्प से भी कर सकते हैं. पैजिनेशन मीन्स इट्स लाइक डेटाबेस से तुम्हें इतनी क्वेरी चाहिए, फिर जब राइट क्लिक करो तो फिर रिमेनिंग क्वेरी आनी चाहिए. तो इट इज़ नॉट लाइक हार्ड थिंग. खैर मैंने डायरेक्टली कभी प्रोजेक्ट में अप्लाई नहीं किया तो थोड़ा बट हो जाएगा, ऐसी बड़ी बात नहीं है. पैजिनेशन मीन सिंपल, गेट 50 चैट्स डेटा, 50 documents, show them. When you click right click, then you should get another ones. So it's easy. By the way, employee create edit form with validation. Employee create edit form with validation. मतलब एम्प्लॉई अपना इंफॉर्मेशन एडिट कर सकते हैं. वैलिडेशन के लिए जॉड यूज कर सकते हो एंड जॉय यूज कर सकते हो. डिपार्टमेंट लिस्ट फॉर्म, अटेंडेंस फॉर्म, डिपार्टमेंट लिस्ट एंड फॉर्म. डिपार्टमेंट की लिस्ट होनी चाहिए, ये नहीं समझा, ठीक है. डिपार्टमेंट की लिस्ट तो चलेगा. अटेंडेंस फॉर्म, अच्छा डिपार्टमेंट लिस्ट एंड फॉर्म, किस डिपार्टमेंट में जाना चाहते हो उसकी लिस्ट एंड फॉर्म, उसका फॉर्म होना चाहिए सो दैट कर सके. अटेंडेंस फॉर्म एंड रिपोर्ट पेज. सो सिंपल है. लाइक मेहनत लगेगी बहुत ज़्यादा। इट्स नॉट लाइक मेहनत नहीं लगने वाली सर, मेहनत लगेगी इवन व्हेन इट कम्स टू दिस। तो सबसे पहले तो क्या कर सकते हो आप, यूज़र नाम का तो होगा ही सबसे पहले ये, ठीक है ना। यूज़र के साथ साथ आप डिपार्टमेंट्स बना सकते हो, डिपार्टमेंट के साथ साथ डिपार्टमेंट हो गया, और क्या करोगे, सैलरी स्ट्रक्चर डिपार्टमेंट वाइड डिवाइड करोगे। और सैलरी डिपार्टमेंट के अंदर सैलरी रख लेना कि अगर कोई भी डिपार्टमेंट है और उस डिपार्टमेंट के अंदर सैलरी का सेक्शन आ जाएगा। डिपेंड करता है कैसे तुम डिजाइन करते हो स्कीमा को, बट या समथिंग लाइक दैट। यूजर रोल के लिए तो सारा का सारा यूजर के अंदर आ जाएगा, मतलब सब कुछ उसके अंदर आ जाएगा। एंड डिपार्टमेंट हो गया। अटेंडेंस के लिए अगर तुम्हें चाहिए कि कितने लोग आते हैं मेरे यहाँ कंपनी में ऑन एन एवरेज, तो उसके लिए क्रिएट कर सकते हो अलग से अटेंडेंस। और अटेंडेंस यूज़र आईडी रखेगा और प्लस अटेंडेंस अल्टीमेटली सेव करेगा। और या तो यूज़र के अंदर ही अटेंडेंस डाल सकते हो, डिपेंड करता है आपके ऊपर, या तो अटेंडेंस अलग से क्रिएट कर लो। सो दैट अटेंडेंस डिपार्टमेंट की और यूज़र की दोनों की आईडी अपने अंदर रखेगा और अटेंडेंस ट्रैक करेगा कि अब यहाँ से सेंड कैसे करें। अरे अरे आ गया सॉरी। लिंक पर, अरे लिंक पे आ गया, डोंट, मुझे मिल गया एक्चुअली, धन्यवाद। अच्छा, प्रोजेक्ट आइडिया बहुत अच्छा है, बहुत ही अच्छा है। टाइम लेगा, मेहनत लेगा, बट बनेगा तो दिखेगा। ओके, स्टार्ट करते हैं से। अब वेब बेस्ड एप्लीकेशन फॉर मैनेजिंग, क्या मैनेज करना है, एम्प्लॉय रिकॉर्ड्स मैनेज करना है। एम्प्लॉय रिकॉर्ड्स में क्या क्या आता है, अटेंडेंस उनकी आती है, डिपार्टमेंट्स उनके आते हैं, सैलरी स्ट्रक्चर आता है, एंड यूज़र रोल आता है। अल्टीमेटली इतना ही आपको मैनेज करना है ना। चाहो तो अटेंडेंस के अलग स्कीमा बना लो, डिपार्टमेंट्स की अलग स्कीमा बना लो, सैलरी की अलग स्कीमा बना लो, चलेगा क्या? हाँ, ऐसा भी हो सकता है ना कि जब आप रोल की बात कर रहे हो तो रोल में डिफरेंट प्रकार के रोल्स हैं। लाइक आपका एडमिन है, आपकी यूजर्स हैं, एंड कंपनी के अंदर ही डिफरेंट रोल्स आपने सेट कर दिया कि वो मैनेजर हो गया एंड ऑल, मैनेजर लॉगिन करे तो ये कर पाए एंड ऑल, एक नॉर्मल एम्प्लॉय लॉगिन करे वेबसाइट में तो ये कर पाए। तो बहुत सारे आप रोल्स भी रख सकते हो, एंड उन रोल्स के बेस पे आप उनकी सैलरी डिसाइड कर सकते हो। सैलरी के अलग से स्ट्रक्चर बना लेना, तो मतलब जितने सेक्शन सब अलग अलग कर देना ओवरऑल। मतलब डिपेंड करता है कैसी आपकी थिंकिंग है, आप उसमें क्या क्या ऐड करना चाहते हो। थोड़ा एआई की हेल्प लेना बेहतर, मतलब कैसी स्कीमा। मेन थिंग इज दैट अगर स्कीमा बेस्ड बना लिया बाकी क्रेड ऑपरेशन हो जाते हैं। तो अगर आप स्कीमा बना पा रहे हो, आप सोच पा रहे हो कि यहाँ ऐसे जाएगा, यहाँ ऐसे जाएगा, कनेक्शन ऐसे होगा, क्रेड ऑपरेशन में कुछ नहीं है, रिक्वेस्ट मारो, डेटा पाओ, शो करो। एडमिन लॉगिन एंड रोल बेस्ड एक्सेस चलेगा, ये तो ठीक है। एडिट डिलीट व्यू एम्प्लॉयज़, हाँ, एम्प्लॉयज़ को आप ऐड कर सको, एम्प्लॉयज़ को आप एडिट कर सको, एम्प्लॉय को आप डिलीट कर सको, एम्प्लॉय को आप व्यू कर सको। और ये सब कंपनी का मालिक नहीं आएगा करने, एडमिन नहीं आएगा करने। हो सकता है बीच में मैनेजर्स आएँ, तो हो सकता है आपको मैनेजर्स की रोल भी सेट करना पड़े कि जब मैनेजर रोल हो तो मैनेजर ये सब कर पाए। तो ऐड एडिट डिलीट, अगेन यहाँ पर आपके क्रड ऑपरेशन यूज हो जाएंगे। अगेन अगर मर्न कर रहे हो तो मोंगोडीबी यूज करने वाले हो, अगेन इजी पीजी। मतलब इतना आसान नहीं होता जितना मैं बोल रहा हूँ, बट करोगे तो हो जाएगा। एम्प्लॉय अटेंडेंस ट्रैकिंग मॉडल, इंटरेस्टिंग। एम्प्लॉय अटेंडेंस ट्रैकिंग मॉडल, एम्प्लॉय अटेंडेंस के लिए तो ऑलरेडी आप अटेंडेंस की स्कीमा बनाए हो, और वो स्कीमा आपकी एम्प्लॉय की यूज़र आईडी उसके अंदर है, और अल्टीमेटली ट्रैक अटेंडेंस रिलेटेड उसके अंदर सारी की सारी इन्फो है। एंड फिर उसका डेटा लेकर शो कर सकते हो कि, एंड अगेन चार्ट के लिए कुछ चार्ट वाली वेबसाइट यूज़ कर सकते हो। मैंने खैर कभी यूज़ किया नहीं, लेकिन मुझे लाइक कुछ वेबसाइट्स हैं जो चार्ट बताती हैं, तो चार्ट के बेस पे उनका अटेंडेंस को दिखा सकते हो। डेटा तो मिल जाएगा डेटाबेस से, बस दिखा दो कि कैसे ज़्यादा है, कहाँ अटेंडेंस ज़्यादा है, कहाँ अटेंडेंस कम है, समथिंग लाइक दैट। डिपार्टमेंट मैनेजमेंट पेजेस, हाँ, डिपार्टमेंट मैनेजमेंट पेजेस मतलब कैसे, मतलब डिफरेंट प्रकार के डिपार्टमेंट हैं। एम्प्लॉय का डिपार्टमेंट हो गया, मतलब नहीं समझा, किसके किसके डिपार्टमेंट, इसको थोड़ा देखना पड़ेगा। मतलब समझा ही नहीं कि डिपार्टमेंट मैनेजमेंट पेजेस मीन्स मैनेजर्स का डिपार्टमेंट अलग हो गया, एम्प्लॉय का डिपार्टमेंट अलग हो गया, एंड इन वट सीईओ का नहीं समझा, सॉरी, इसको स्किप करते हैं। अभी सैलरी कैलकुलेशन विद बेसिक फार्मूला, सैलरी कैलकुलेशन, ठीक है, क्योंकि आप सैलरी की अलग से स्कीमा बना रहे हो तो सैलरी कैलकुलेशन आसान हो जाएगा करना। सर्च एंड फिल्टर एम्प्लॉयज़ बाय नेम कोड एंड डिपार्टमेंट, दैट इज़ ओके, सर्च तो हो जाएगा। अगेन एम्प्लॉयज़ को उनके नेम से सर्च कर सकते हो क्योंकि एम्प्लॉय की स्कीमा बनी हुई है। कोड, अच्छा उनका जो कोड रहता है, तो जब आप यूज़र बनाओगे तो उसके अंदर यूज़र के अंदर आपको कोड फील्ड डालना होगा। एंड डिपार्टमेंट, तो चाहे डिपार्टमेंट का अलग से बना लो या तो हो सकता है मोंगोडीबी में, क्योंकि जेसन फॉर्मेट में होता है, तो सब एक साथ भी रख लो, या तो सब चीज़ें आप एक साथ रख सकते हो या तो अलग से भी रख सकते हो। कि अगर मैं पूछूँ कि बस मुझे डिपार्टमेंट की इन्फॉर्मेशन बताओ अपने, तो अब डिपार्टमेंट की इन्फॉर्मेशन है तो सभी यूज़र के पास तो जाओगे नहीं, डिपार्टमेंट की अगर इन्फॉर्मेशन लेना, तो अगर डिपार्टमेंट की एक स्कीमा है तो डायरेक्टली वहाँ से हमें डिपार्टमेंट की स्कीमा मिल सकती है, डिपार्टमेंट के बारे में इन्फो मिल सकती है। सो दिस इज़ व्हाट यू कैन डू, डिपेंड्स। एक्सपोर्ट एम्प्लॉय लिस्ट to Excel and PDF. This is something new. I have no idea, but gonna be great if you do that. I have never done it, so how can I do say something about it? But export employee list to Excel. You can get the employee list. Then once you get the employee list, you will have to convert to a Excel file. इसके लिए शायद कोई API यूज हो जो आपकी Excel फाइल में कन्वर्ट कर देगी। इसके बारे में मुझे नॉलेज नहीं है, सो कुछ नहीं कह सकता। बट या अगर फीचर ऐड करते हो, अमेजिंग फीचर है। डैशबोर्ड शोइंग स्टैटिस्टिक्स, डैशबोर्ड शोइंग स्टैटिस्टिक्स में क्या दिखाओगे? ये अटेंडेंस है, ये सैलरी हाइक है, ये और क्या, ये रिजल्ट है, मतलब जो भी दिखाना चाहो खैर दिखा सकते हो डैशबोर्ड पे। लॉगिन पेज डैशबोर्ड विद कार्ड्स एंड चार्ट्स, कार्ड्स डैशबोर्ड विद कार्ड्स एंड चार्ट्स, ठीक है, या चार्ट्स के बारे में बता रहा था। चार्ट्स की कोई ना कोई लाइब्रेरी होगी, वो लाइब्रेरी सिंपल आपका डेटा लेगी और उस डेटे को अपने आप कन्वर्ट कर देगी, तो आपको बेसिक से कुछ नहीं करना पड़ेगा। कार्ड्स तो खैर ठीक है। एम्प्लॉय लिस्ट पेज विद पेजिनेशन, ये तो ठीक है, एम्प्लॉय लिस्ट विद पेजिनेशन कर सकते हो। एम्प्लॉय क्रिएट एडिट फॉर्म विद वैलिडेशन, हाँ एम्प्लॉय को क्रिएट कर सको, एम्प्लॉय को डिलीट कर सको, इसके लिए आप एक पर्टिकुलर राउट रख सकते हो कि सपोज mycompany.com/employee, ये पर्टिकुलर URL एम्प्लॉय से रिलेटेड काम करने वाला है। डिपार्टमेंट लिस्ट फॉर्म और डिपार्टमेंट लिस्ट एंड फॉर्म, सॉरी इतना आसान URL नहीं होता, वैसे तो URL कुछ ऐसे होना चाहिए कि mywebsite.com/API/v1/employee समथिंग लाइक दैट, या नेवर माइंड। डिपार्टमेंट लिस्ट, कुछ AI की भी हेल्प ले सकते हो, इस तरह लाइक सब कुछ खुद से करना है, डिजाइनिंग के लिए AI की हेल्प ले लो, लर्न फ्रॉम इट। डिपार्टमेंट लिस्ट एंड फॉर्म, डिपार्टमेंट लिस्ट कौन कौन से डिपार्टमेंट हैं, आप डिपार्टमेंट क्रिएट कर सको, सो आप डिपार्टमेंट एडिट कर सको, तो अगेन इसका भी एक अलग से राउट हो सकता है कि जहाँ आप सिर्फ डिपार्टमेंट से रिलेटेड काम कर रहे हो, CRUD ऑपरेशन ऑपरेट कर रहे हो, कुड बी लाइक दिस कि mycompany.com/API/v1/department could be better than that, but yeah this is something that's coming to me directly कि भाई डिपार्टमेंट के लिए मैंने डिपार्टमेंट वाला राउट बना दिया, एम्प्लॉय के लिए एम्प्लॉय वाला राउट बना दिया। डैशबोर्ड तो सिंपल ही रहेगा। अटेंडेंस के लिए जहाँ अटेंडेंस मैनेज करना है, अटेंडेंस वाला राउट बना दिया जहाँ पर अटेंडेंस को चेंज कर सकता हूँ। सारे प्रोसेसेस का डिफरेंट राउट्स हैं, वो राउट्स डिफरेंट चीज़ों को हैंडल कर रहे हैं, एंड देन अल्टीमेटली आप एक साथ दिखा रहे हो। अटेंडेंस फॉर्म एंड एट रिपोर्ट पेज, ये रिपोर्ट पेज खैर आपसे बनाना पड़ेगा। कुछ चीज़ें हैं जैसे रिपोर्ट पेज हो गया, चार्ट्स हो गया, जिनके बारे में मुझे नॉलेज नहीं है। एक्सेल है, ये इसके बारे में मुझे नॉलेज नहीं है, एंड ओवरऑल चीज़ें अच्छी लग रही हैं। मतलब अगर काम करोगे इसके ऊपर तो थोड़ा मेहनत लगेगी, अच्छी खासी मेहनत लगेगी, थोड़ा मैं क्यों बोल रहा, लेकिन मज़ा ज़रूर आएगा। अभी तो thank you very much by the way for sending this, it's really an amazing thing. How did you even get it? Like is this something that was going in your mind कि सर आपने खुद सोचा है, बनाया है, कहीं से पाया है, किसी ने सजेस्ट किया है, या तो AI की हेल्प लिया? लाइक कैसे पाया इतना अच्छा? अल्टीमेटली ओवरव्यू ऑफ द प्रोजेक्ट। C# से MVC में करना है ये सब। C# से MVC which means model, I think this is the full form of MVC, right? MVC means model view controller. I'm not sure the middle one. What is the full form of MVC? I mean you have to make sure that you have proper models in your backend side, you have proper controllers, and you have proper views for rendering the files. I learned it when I was using EGS. I was using EGS for displaying the things on the front end. Like there's something called EGS. You must know that. You can directly render the things over there using EGS. शी शार्प से MVC में करना है ये MVC मॉडल व्यू कंट्रोलर। मेरे पास कंप्यूटर है, मैं सर्च नहीं कर रहा, मैं पूछ रहा MVC फुल फॉर्म मॉडल व्यू कंट्रोलर या कंट्रोलर विल ओके मॉडल लग जाओ, कर सकते हो आप। और टेंशन मत लेना, क्योंकि जब आप अच्छे से अटक जाओगे वहाँ पर AI आपकी मदद कर देगा। तो जब इतने सारे ऑप्शन हो ना कि भाई अगर मैं अटक भी गया ना तो AI इज देयर टू हेल्प मी, घुस जाओ भाई फिर, और क्या करना। खैर मैं भी कभी ना कभी जैसे ही समय मिलेगा अच्छे प्रोजेक्ट्स बनाऊंगा भी, तो खैर ओ बिल्कुल। चलो इधर आते हैं, इस गेम को मैं बनाने वाला था। खैर ओ शिट यार, गेम क्या बनेगा, 11:30 होने लगे। क्रेजी स्टफ, गेम बना लेते हैं, उसके बाद चलेंगे। गेम तो खेल के जाएंगे। ये गेम बनेगा आज। गेम क्या कहता है, वी आर गोइंग, अच्छा इधर कर रहे थे। तो सबसे पहले मुझे रैंडम नंबर चाहिए, मुझे रैंडम नंबर 1 से लेकर 99 तक चाहिए। ये हमारा गेम होने वाला है। 1 से लेकर 100 कर लेते हैं यार, 1 से लेकर 100 तक नंबर चाहिए। पहले देख लेते हैं कि हमें नंबर मिलता भी है कि नहीं मिलता। तो रैंडम नंबर प्रिंट करना है भाई, टेंशन मत लेना, जस्ट लग जाओ। कैसे नहीं बनेंगे ये आई है तो, बट दैट इज जस्ट फॉर हेल्पिंग, नॉट फॉर जस्ट कॉपिंग एंड पेस्टिंग द थिंग्स। 28 then 94 18 this okay, I'm getting 100 as well. That's amazing. It's working. What is the next thing? I got the random number, then I will get a user number. So user number is going to be input and enter number, something like this. And by the way, I will have to convert it to the integer. It's gonna be like this integer. Now that's done. Random number I got this thing. What is the next thing? We are going to write a program that generates a random number and asks the user to guess it. Okay, user is guessing that. If the player's guess is higher than the actual number, the program displays lower number. Is game on? That's gonna be true by default. And while is game on, what I have to do, then user has to guess. So let me keep the user over here. So first of all, game on is going to be true. Proper नहीं दिख रहा है, प्रॉपर नहीं दिख रहा है। अच्छा प्रॉपर नहीं दिख रहा है, मतलब एक काम करता हूँ, ऐसे सॉरी इसको हटाओ, ऐसे कर देता हूँ। अब तो ठीक है, आप क्वालिटी बढ़ा सकते हो 720p, उससे ज़्यादा तो होने वाली नहीं। तो मैं क्या करना चाहता हूँ कि मुझे रैंडम नंबर मिल गया, कंप्यूटर ने रैंडम नंबर दिया। कंप्यूटर ने जो नंबर लिया, एंड देन यूज़र नंबर जो यूज़र ने नंबर लिया। व्हाट इज़ द नेक्स्ट थिंग? रैंडम नंबर इसको रख देते हैं, रैंडम नंबर बेहतर है, रैंडम नंबर। ओके, व्हाट इज द नेक्स्ट थिंग? जैसे गेम ऑन है, गेम चल रहा है, यूजर विल बी आस्क्ड, वंस यूजर इज आस्क्ड व्हाट इज द नेक्स्ट थिंग दैट वी हैव टू डू। जैसे यूजर को पूछा गया, इफ द प्लेयर गेस इज हायर देन द एक्चुअल नंबर, द प्रोग्राम डिस्प्लेज लोअर नंबर प्लीज। इफ प्लेयर्स गेस इज हायर देन द एक्चुअल नंबर, ओके, सो लेट्स चेक इट. What do we have to check? If user number is higher than what? Is higher than random number. In that not random actually, just random number. In that case, what is happening? Yes, okay. It's saying that lower number please. Lower number please. Great. And similarly, if user's guess is too low, the program prints higher number page. Simple. Else if user number is less than random number, in that case it will simply say print higher number please. Simple, easy peasy. And what not else if, it does not exist over here, just elif. Sorry, I'm used to writing JavaScript. And then when the user guesses the correct number, the program displays the number of the guesses. Okay, the number of the guesses the player. Just a sec. When the user guesses the correct number, the program displays the number of the guesses the player used to arrive at the number. Use the random module. Okay, so else if, not else if again, elif username, user number triple equals to, not even triple equals to, just double equals to random num, in that case print congratulations, you have guessed, GUESSED, guessed the right number, and that will be, the right number is going to be random number, and this will be f string. So you have guessed the right number, and what at the time is the game on is going to be false by default. So this is the thing. And not only this, number of turns. So number turns number. By the way, in Python, this is a wrong way. In Python we don't follow camel case, rather we follow is game on, like this. I mean, I just heard it. Even it should not be like this, rather it should be user num. This is the way we do the things in Python. Rand num. This should be, this is how it should be happening. It looks crazy, but yeah. Is game on? Is game on? False. And once this thing is done, what is the next step? Turns number is initially 0, and whenever this loop runs, at that time I'm going to call it, right? If let's increase the turn number, and that's going to be turns number and plus equals to 1, something like this. So whenever this loop runs, the turn is going to be increased, and ultimately in all the cases, and ultimately when the game stops, if that's equals, so I will be saying print you have guessed it in turns number turns. Okay, something like this. I mean, it should be enough. Let's try to play this game. Easy peasy. Python.py, edit a number. I hope you are able to see that. I'm not sure. Okay, so I have to edit a number over here. Let's make it smaller. So the number, come on here, so bad. Okay, I have to edit a number. Let's say I'm editing 5 number. Higher number please. That means 5 is not true. Let's add 50. Higher number please. Let's add 60. Okay, let's say add 80. Lower number 80. Lower number 70. Lower number 65. Higher number 65, then 68. Lower number 67. You have guessed it in it. Congratulations, you have guessed the right number, 67. You have guessed it in 8 turns. Let's play it one more time, by the way. Enter a number 50. Lower number 50 is a lower number. 25. 25. Higher number 25, 50. Let's keep it 38. Higher number 45. Lower number 42. Higher number 43. 44. This is insane. So this time I guessed it in 7 tons. Tears are coming out of my eyes because my eyes were reddish today. I have to take care of them, never mind. So that was it. We have even made this thing. It was quite easy, so that is why I just thought of making it right here. This thing is done, by the way. In case you wanna run it, I'm sending it in the chats. Well, I don't really think, I can't really send it in the chat, sorry, it's not possible. This YouTube could have let us just send long messages, but that it's not letting us do that. How to pronounce allowing crazy word. So this is what we have done right now, and that should be it for this thing. Quite a good this is if you have some extra time, or if you wanna dive deep into Python. Even not that, it's too much. Don't read it, never read it, it's too much. I thought it was less, but it's not less. This is the documentation, this is the Google Python guide style. It's just good to know, but never read it, it's too much. Okay, so this is how it actually went today. It was pleasure having you guys here. Now it's time to call it a day. I'm gonna be catching up tomorrow, and I'll be working. And one more thing, where are you? Just a sec. Aryan, let me know if you just start working on that project. What is your progress? You can join the WhatsApp group. The link is in the description right now. Over there, we can just get in touch. The good thing is that we can actually know about each other's progress. So the link is in the description. Just check that out. At least we can just talk about the stuff that we are doing. And let me know about the progress of your application if you work on that. And if you need any help, I'd like to just if you actually make that, I'd like to see the result of yours, how great you do that. Of course you are gonna be doing great, so yeah, start working on that. That was it. Now I'm gonna be catching up tomorrow. Take care, good night, keep dreaming or keep hustling. This is called have sweet dreams. Take care, bye bye. कोड तो दीजिए, कोड इसका कोड तो अब यहाँ तो भेज नहीं सकते, मैं इसमें देता हूँ कोड देने के लिए। इधर मैं प्रिंट करता हूँ, सॉरी, कोड इधर प्रिंटेड है। इस गेम का कोड, कल मैंने एक और गेम बनाया था, कल नहीं परसों, वो था स्नैक गन एंड वाटर। हाँ, स्नैक गन वाटर वाला। नेवर माइंड, इसको तो अगर आपको चाहिए तो मैं इस लिंक को दोबारा शेयर कर देता हूँ। खैर आप देख सकते हो, खैर बहुत ही ज़्यादा आसान है। अगर थोड़ा सा भी ध्यान दोगे ना तो सब कुछ समझ में आ जाएगा एग्जैक्टली हो क्या रहा है। तो हाँ, गो थ्रू कर सकते हो। लिंक मैंने दोबारा सेंड कर दिया, ये खैर यहाँ पर रहेगा। तो इसको मैं कह सकता हूँ यूट्यूब। दिस पर्टिकुलर लिंक विल बी यूज्ड इफ आई वांट टू शेयर एनीथिंग विद यू guys, and that I will be sharing using this. By the way, it was nice having you guys here. Now I'm gonna be catching up tomorrow. Take care and good night, sweet dreams, bye bye.